Happy Friday, Live Love family. It's Emily and Bojangles here. He's gonna get down now though. With your weekly update. Let's get right into it, shall we? Intakes still at 0. You know what to do. Help us share and promote for adoption our long stay dogs. Help us find some new fosters, or maybe you would like to step up to foster so we can train these fosters and implement their assistance to help large breed behavior dogs when we open intake again. And donate. We always need and appreciate your donations. All right, foster to adopt. No one has started trials over the past week, but we do have a couple dogs that have been adopted. Their adoptions are finalized. Masha has been adopted and Kenny has been adopted. I think we're still waiting on adoption pictures from both of them, but they'll be posted soon. Those adoptions are finalized. In terms of medical care, Magnus, we had his histo results back from that lymph node that they removed from his face. It is benign, so that's great. The area is still having trouble draining. It's kind of swollen still. I'm doing warm compresses every day, but he's in good spirits. He's eating well. He's getting his Adequan injections. He's laying over here right next to me now. He's doing just fine. So Magnus is on the mend. Juda has been having some GI issues for the past couple months since we rescued her, really. And we did an ultrasound. We've run a battery of tests, but we did an ultrasound and everything looks normal. So we're just continuing the course with some probiotics and, monitoring her diet closely and hoping that that'll work itself out. Maybe it might be a little bit more of a behavioral, emotional situation than something medical. So sending her all that love and healing so her tummy feels better. LaLa, another one of our forever fosters like Magnus, has been having urinary issues where she seems to be struggling to urinate, and she is able to urinate, but she's having a difficult time with that and, trying to go more frequently. She doesn't have urinary tract infection, which is what we thought it was. LaLa does have diabetes, which of course affects the endocrine system. So we're watching that closely. She's also had some weight loss, which really concerns us. So LaLa is back to kind of the drawing board in terms of reevaluating her insulin doses and making sure that she's on the best management plan for her diabetes, which has been an ongoing ordeal. Lots of love to Sean and Bree for caring for LaLa. They've done great. Scout, also a forever foster. Ooh, these forever fosters, it seems like all at once. He has had in the early stages of kidney failure, and sadly it looks like that is progressing more rapidly. He was at the vet recently and his kidney values are worsening. So he's already on all the medications, the proper diet, everything. It's just a matter of spoiling him rotten, which I know the Dempsey family, his forever foster family, are doing. We really appreciate that. Barbie was spayed because even though she's been adopted, she went into heat. So we covered her spay. She's home and resting with Sally and doing just fine. We've been getting updates on her a couple a day sometimes about how she's feeling and how she's doing, and she's recovering just fine. So Barbie is now officially spayed. Dahlia had a long overdue dental cleaning, our big, beautiful, long-haired shepherd. So her dental is complete, thanks to everyone who donated on our Cuddly campaign for her. Amore, the puppy, is continuing her vaccines. I think we've probably had even more puppy vaccines as well. It's just not written on my notes here because that's what happens. And Hector, our first Colorado adoption, actually our second Colorado adoption, our first official Colorado dog that we rescued. Hector had his dental cleaning this week, so now we can finalize his adoption. That's all complete. A few special updates to chat with you guys about. Families Forever, for those of you who don't know, is a program that we started a couple years ago, and we're still working to secure ongoing consistent funding for that. This is a really important program, especially in these days and times, because it helps families afford medical care for their pets so that they can keep their pets in their home. And latest Families Forever mission has been spaying and neutering several dogs that were having litter after litter. They were having, the dogs were fighting because they had siblings together and intact males. And, you know, it just became like a big ordeal, and the family reached out for help rehoming the dogs, but we're clearly very committed to them and loved them very much and wanted to keep them in their home. And since we're closed for intake, you know, we just threw it out there, said, hey, we're sorry, we're closed for intake at this time. Would you be open to having assistance getting them fixed? And they took us up on that. So I believe we did 4 spay and neuters this week for this family, and there's 2 more next week. And then the whole lot of dogs will be fixed and can stay in their home. So we'd love for you to consider donating to help us offset those costs and to continue to have funds to provide for this program and to help families keep their dogs at home with them. As far as the transport goes to our rescue partner in Canada, Meant to Be Loved Pet Rescue Society welcomed all 4 of our dogs, Atticus, Franny, Milan, and Dinah. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday that they arrived, and they're doing okay. So far, so good. You know, obviously they're going to re-decompress and do all that kind of stuff again because it was a journey for them to drive all the way up there. So they are doing well. Big thanks to Barb and her team for helping the dogs settle in and understanding that they need to decompress and giving them space and time to do that. So they will be up for adoption very soon up in Canada. As I mentioned last week, this transport did cost us about $600 per dog. We would greatly appreciate if you would donate so that we can offset the cost of the transport and also have some funds. We're hoping to send some funds up to the new rescue, Meant to Be Loved, which is also a 501c3. You can donate directly to them too. So that way, if the dogs need any further training support, medically, they're all pretty well taken care of. But, you know, there were a couple, like Atticus had an ongoing ear infection that we sent meds for, but he might need a recheck. So we definitely want to help make sure that they have all the resources they need for the dogs up there too. All right, that's it, everybody. Thank you so much. This is probably going to be my last weekly video as I am going on 38, 39 weeks. I don't know. I'm real pregnant at this point. So I'm on leave at this time. Want to give a big shout out and heartfelt thank you to all the Live Love team members and volunteers and fosters and the medical staff at primary care and everyone who's doing so much in my absence, especially to keep the rescue on track. And to all of you, of course, for donating, sharing, following the dogs' rescue journeys, and just being a part of our rescue family. Much love to you all.